In today's video, we are going to share the top 5 most common mistakes to avoid when building your website. If you've ever wondered if you're missing something on your website or if you're making a mistake that might be holding you back, then this video is for you. Especially if you're a beginner just starting out and you don't have much experience, you're going to want to make sure that you watch all the way through the end of the video so that you avoid these common mistakes. And in this video, we're going to show you how to steer clear of these 5 common mistakes so that you can have the best possible website. Let's get right into it. With the new age of no-code websites, there are AI website builders that will literally do everything for you. But it's extremely important to make sure you choose the correct hosting platform. There are many different platforms that offer a variety of different hosting plans at a variety of different prices. Overpaying on a web hosting plan can cost you a lot more money in the long run than you might think. Another thing to look out for is the renewal rate. So a lot of companies are going to offer you a lower price for the first year, and then they're going to renew at a lot higher rate. You also might be overpaying for features that you don't need, especially when you're just starting out as a beginner. So just be aware of this. You can always upgrade your plan later on if you need more space or functionality for your website, but it's best to start out with one of the lower tier plans and then upgrade later if you need to. A lot of companies are going to offer you that really great deal for the first year, like we just said, but make sure to read the fine print because they often increase up to 2 or 3 times the initial rate that you had for the first year. This is why we recommend to all our friends and viewers of the channel to use a platform like Hostinger. Hostinger has some of the lowest rates in the web hosting space, and you can actually get a plan for under $3 a month for your first year, which is an amazing deal. We're actually going to talk about Hostinger a little bit later on in the video, and we'll show you how to get your account set up with them at a really great rate. We'll also show you, once we have our account up, how to practically avoid some of these pitfalls that we're going to talk about. User experience is another very important thing to focus on for your website. No one likes to go to a website that's too cluttered and has way too much going on. So here's an example of what not to do. Fortunately, with the templates included in most hosting plans nowadays, the natural inclination is to have a website that is way less cluttered than this one, and a lot of the templates are very seamless and easy to use. Here's an example of a great looking website, and templates like this are very common with most hosting sites. When it comes to websites, less really is more. The last thing that you want to do is to overwhelm the customer as soon as they come onto your site. It's just going to create a horrible experience for them. They're going to be less likely to buy. You'd really just want to maximize and make the site as seamless as possible. And like we said, the best way to do this when you're just starting out is to use a template. I'll show you how to do this later on in the video with Hostinger. As of November 2022, over 60% of all web traffic is coming from mobile devices. This means that you want to make sure that your website is optimized for mobile. Most hosting plans have a very easy way to do this now, but you'll still see some websites that do not look good on mobile. Generally, in the dashboard of the website, there's an icon where you can look at your website on mobile as well as on desktop. But some people overlook this, and it really makes their website suffer. Not having an optimized website on both desktop and mobile can really hurt the traffic to your site and conversions. And there really is no good excuse for it now because it's so easy to do on most platforms. And on the other hand, a great looking website that is well optimized can win over a customer for life. Page speed and load times on your website are also important to keep high. One of the most frustrating things to do as a user is to go on a website that is slow and laggy. I actually made this mistake on my website when I first started out. One of the most important things to do when optimizing the speed of your website is to make sure that you have the correct hosting plan for the traffic that is coming to your site. When you're just starting out, the lower shared plans are going to be fine, but as you increase in traffic, you're going to want to upgrade to a higher plan. Larger websites should look into a virtual private server or even a dedicated server. And if you don't know what these two things are, we won't go into too much detail now because we have other videos on the channel that you can check out. We'll be sure to leave those linked down below in the description. Another very important thing to keep in mind when you're building out your website is the file size of all of the attachments and other media on your site. So for example, when I first started out, I created images that were way too large on my website, and it really slowed down the performance of my site. Now on most dashboards, it's very clear on the resolution size that you should keep your images under. I made the mistake of going to a website, downloading the highest quality image, and then putting that on the front page of my website. And all that did was slow down my website, and the user really didn't get that much better of an image. So I recommend that you do not make that mistake. The last thing that I'll mention on making sure that your website has speeds that are optimized is to not add too many plugins to your site. Plugins have great functionality when it comes to SEO and improving other things on your site, but too many plugins can slow down your website drastically. To ensure that you're not making this mistake, just check and see if the plugins that you are actually using are the ones that you really need. Don't have anything installed that you do not need. In the first couple months of having my website, I went to go update it on WordPress, and once I updated WordPress, I went back to my site and realized that everything that I had created was gone. Now, fortunately, I was able to recover my site after a little bit of panic and looking at the resources that Hostinger had on their website. And I realized that I had backups installed and that I was able to recover my site with no problems at all. This is the reason that you absolutely need backups on your site. With the lower tier plan with Hostinger, backups are actually included on a weekly basis, but we highly recommend that you have daily backups on your site for this exact reason. If, for example, you change something one day and the next day you update a template that isn't compatible with your site, then everything's going to be gone and you won't be able to retrieve it. Unless if you have backups on, and if you have backups, you can go and access the data from the prior day. And for a feature like this, it's not that expensive. You can get it for under $3 a month with Hostinger. So for under $36 a year, you can have the peace of mind of daily backups. Like we said, this is something we highly recommend. Do not skip out on it. Now that we've showed you exactly how to avoid these 5 mistakes when creating your website, let's show you how to create your Hostinger account. We'll show you some of the pricing as well, and we'll also practically show you how to avoid all of these mistakes within the Hostinger platform. So go ahead and click on our special link down below in the description, and that should bring you to the Hostinger My First Website landing page here. And you'll see that we can get a hosting plan for under $3 a month for our first year of hosting. Let's go ahead and click Claim Deal and walk through this process here together. We have 3 options here. There's a premium plan for $2.99 per month, there's the business plan for $3.99 per month, and then there's the cloud startup plan for $9.99 per month. Let's just review some of the features here briefly. So the premium plan starting at $2.99 per month has standard performance. It allows for up to 100 websites and 100 gigs of SSD storage. This one also has weekly backups, and the other plans have daily backups. And if you don't want to purchase this business plan or the cloud start plan, you can actually add this as an additional charge to your premium plan, which is just what we recommend when you're getting started out. You could start out with this premium plan and then just go ahead and add on those daily backups as an additional feature. If you scroll down here, you'll see some of the benefits of using WordPress with your business plan. Some of these are not included with the premium plan here. So if you think you need features like basic WooCommerce, then you're going to want to go with this business plan. That's if you have some type of e-commerce store. And then if you scroll down, the Hostinger Web Builder is a really neat tool. We have a bunch of other videos on the channel where we talk about it, so we won't go into too much detail here now, but just know that some of the more advanced features on the builder are included in the business plan and not the premium. In terms of security and customer support, everything is pretty much the same across the board. You get a 99% uptime. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support. You will get priority support with this cloud plan, but when you're starting out, that's not going to be much of an issue. Let's go ahead and start with this premium plan, the $2.99 per month. That's really all that you're going to need to start. So let's go ahead and add that to the cart. Now, once we've done that, we'll see this page here where we have to choose a period of hosting time. Now, the only one that we don't recommend you choose is the 1 month. It's going to be a really expensive rate for 1 month, and it's not going to be worth it. If you lock in for at least 12 months, you get a really good deal per month. So let's go ahead and click the 12-month option here, and then we can go ahead and create an account if you do not have one. Next, as we scroll down, we'll go ahead and put in our credit card information here. And right now with our special link, you'll see that $38.28 discounted price. And the plan discount total is 73%, but make sure that you click here and say have a coupon code and enter the words My First Website. Once you've done that and applied it to your order, it's going to take off an additional $4 to bring your total for a whole year of hosting to under $35 per month. Like we said, this is an amazing deal. This is one of the best deals on the internet, and that's why we love using Hostinger, because they get you really affordable rates when you're just starting out. After that, go ahead and put in your credit card information here. And last thing before we submit our payment, just note that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so this is really at no risk to you. I've actually had to use the refund process with Hostinger before, and it's very seamless. They have zero issues with you just trying it out to see if you like it, and if you don't, you can get your money back. And once you're finished, go ahead and click Submit Secure Payment, and then you'll be all ready to go. Now that you've submitted your payment and you've logged into your Hostinger dashboard, it should look something like this. Now, when you're just signing up, you might have a couple different questions to go through, but eventually it'll bring you back to the dashboard here. What you're going to want to do is to go up to websites, and then you're going to want to add a website. Now, we're going to use the Hostinger AI website builder for the sake of this tutorial. If you want to use WordPress, then you can go ahead and do that as well. But we have videos on the channel showing you how to do both of these, so go ahead and check those out if you have any questions. Let's go ahead and just use the AI website builder here. We're going to go ahead and select our plan. We have a couple different plans here, so you can just go ahead and select the only one that is there for you. And once we've selected that, our website is going to start building now. Now that we've done that, we'll see this page here, and it should say Start Creating. Go ahead and click on that. Let's go ahead and enter our brand name as well as the website type, and then we can put a description of our brand here. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and personalize the settings here. I'm just going to leave them as they are, and you want to make sure to put as much information in this description as possible, because that's what's going to build out your website for you. Once you're finished with that, go ahead and click Create a Website. This is the website it has created for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It has some nice pictures for our blog and some descriptions. We'll have to change around a couple of things later on, but this looks pretty good for now. Right now, we are viewing our website on a desktop, and that's how we're previewing it. But if you click on the mobile version, that's going to show us how it looks on a mobile device. And you'll see that it does not look as good on a mobile device. There's a little bit of space here that we need to correct later, and some of the images might not be as optimized as they are for desktop view. Before you publish your site, you want to make sure that both of these are optimized. We've talked and showed you not how to overpay for your website. By using this AI builder, you're not going to have a cluttered site. It gives you a great template to use. We've also showed you how to view your website in mobile mode so that you can adjust anything that you need to. Now let's talk about making sure that you have optimized speeds and then daily backups too. In terms terms of images, if you go to a website called pexels.com, here you can go ahead and download free images for your website. Let's go ahead and look up an image here. And once we've done that, you can click on the button here to download on the right-hand side. There's a couple different sizes you can download. You just want to make sure that whatever size you download, it's going to fit well on your site and that it fits the dimensions that they specify. If your hosting site doesn't mention a specific dimension that you need to be under, then you should be fine with any of these, but I would err on the side of choosing a medium or small image. Let's show you how to add daily backups now. Now that you're in your website, let's go ahead and click on the top left corner here to the website builder and go to website manager. That's going to bring us back to the Hostinger page where we can go into the details of our website. Let's go to the website tab up here in the top left corner. Now we have a couple different websites here, but you will just have one. You're going to want to click on dashboard here. Now that we're back on the main dashboard here, let's click on the home section and scroll down to the bottom. Now we have a couple different hosting plans here with websites, but you should just have one hosting plan. To click on your hosting plan here, go to manage, and now you'll see everything pop up for your website here. On the right hand corner, you should see daily backups here. Let's go ahead and click manage. And this is the section here where you can activate your daily backups if you do not have them. We already have them set up, but just go ahead and walk through the process here. That is all we have for you today on how to avoid the 5 most common mistakes when building your website. We really hope that you found some value in this video and you can avoid these pitfalls. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please leave us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. This channel is dedicated to creating videos and tutorials like this one to help you start and grow your first website. And if you're looking to create your first website, but you don't know where to get started, we actually created a free tool that we will leave linked down below in the description with all the other resources that we talked about in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We wish you the best on your website building journey, and we will see you in the next video.